Obviously, we're going to leave tomorrow, and it's going to be quite a, I don't know if it's the Johnson's family vacation or not, but we're going to make a few stops on the road. I think the players are excited about that. Really been pretty good 2 days, very spirited practices, which we need. And as I said earlier, this is a really good football team. To go 11-2, I don't care who you are. And if you look at the numbers bear that out. They're scoring about 35 points, only giving up 14 points a game. They played some pretty good opponents as well. 2 opponents that actually we played, UCLA and San Diego State. They beat them. Well organized football team, complementary, really good defense, play good in the red zone, play good offense in the red zone. So they're a team that I think when you look at them, they embody their coach. They're very disciplined, very well coached. So this will be a big test for us, going on the road, playing them. They're ranked. There's some how do I want to say this? There's some talk that is real important for them, and like anybody, trying to win 12 games in the season. That's quite a feat, and they're deserving of being ranked. They have played all the opponents. They score a lot of points, don't give up a lot. So it'll be a big test for us, and it'll be fun. I think our guys are ready for this. I don't know how they're going to be ready for Vegas. We're going to find out. That's 18-year-olds, and we got a lot of young guys, and we have curfew. There'll be curfews, and I'll be checking the rooms. They're going to keep me up a little late this weekend. That's okay. But I think our guys are excited about playing. So we look forward to having a good game and competing.
How do you manage all the hoopla going on? You're leaving way early for a road game. Up there.
Well, it's new. It's new for players, and I just think if you're going to be a team that's consistent in appearing in bowl games, it becomes the standard of how to deal with all this. And I've always said that. I think the standard of how you play and the situations you put yourself in, the more you can repeat those, you gain knowledge. And so we're going to gain a lot of knowledge from this football team going in there. Now, these guys have played in the bowl game. They've done a nice job of participating in bowl games, so a lot of the veteran guys know, but a lot of the young guys do not. And you're talking about this team, and if we're fortunate enough to get in one next year, it'll be another group of young guys, and so that's just part of the process, but I'm looking forward to it.
Coach, without revealing the specifics of it, how have you thought about the way your offense is preparing for this game without
Interesting. He's no longer going to be with us. We're fortunate that the quarterback is playing. I'm glad he's with us. But there's going to have to be life without Nikhil. It's going to be hard. When you think about the dynamic players in our offense, it was Zeno, Nikhil, and Manny. Manny made a lot of plays with his legs, especially the last game of the season. He was terrific in the fourth quarter. But that's part of it. And I think there's some young guys who have to step up now. And I told guys at the meeting today, I said, look, this is a game because we kind of planned it out this way. There's a lot of guys, some freshmen, that are going to play because of the 4-game rule. So we kind of waited, said, okay, we're getting the bowl, we're going to play these guys. They practice with us, they don't get a lot of playing time, only 4 times you can play a freshman still redshirting. So there's some guys that are going to play. And I told them, I said, it's your turn now. I want to see. And I think that's what this is about, too. You want to win the game, obviously, but you want to start preparing some of these young guys going into spring, because it's going to happen very quickly. We start spring ball on the 4th of February. And, yeah, I know you said, wow, yeah, well, 4th of February, we're going again. And we're going to get some guys, some early admits that'll be here in the spring, some freshman guys. So they get to play. We're going to see.
So is it an opportunity for you to get a sense of what you guys are going to look like next year and how you
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously, but all the kids are not here yet. That are, we've got some receivers coming in, and we've got a tight end that's coming in. We've got some offensive players that are going to look a little bit. We're going to look a little bit different on offense. Be interesting. I think if it holds true, some of the guys we're after, and some of the guys that when it comes time to say they're coming, they're going to come. It'll be interesting to look at our roster. Kind of fun.
When we know Porter's going to play, are there some other guys that haven't been playing that are going to play?
Well, Carter, who hadn't played a lot, he don't get the ball. He's a big back. He's a big man. He's 230 pounds. He hadn't played a lot. He's traveled with us, and he's couple, but he hasn't. He's gonna get the ball. There'll be some other guys on defense that play a little bit more than they have in the past, and that's okay. That's what we want to do. We want to find out about some guys.
For these guys, how do you feel that in this practice time, but from the beginning of the season, practicing getting better, how have they responded?
Good. I think the culture is starting to change, and it's been said it's all about competition. And you know, the conversation I had with the players was real simple. I said last year when I stood before you, I told you it was going to be competition every day. You come to work. And some guys heard me, but they weren't listening. And 5 freshmen ended up starting. They beat out some seniors, they beat out some sophomores, they beat out some juniors, and I said, look, the world that I lived in my whole life, it's about competition at every position. You got to compete. And some guys really didn't pay a whole lot of attention to it. They just said, well, it ain't going to affect me because I'm this guy. Yeah, it affects everybody. We'll have 22 new guys coming in here. And I told them that. And I said, you know what? They're coming here to take the job. That's how it works. We want competition. We want to raise the expectations within the team where you have to compete every day. That's how players get better. And when we get better as a team, then we're better for it, and players are better for it. And I think they understand that is the culture now. It's you have to do this, guys. It's part of it. If you don't, hey, it's okay. We'll get somebody to replace you. That's how it works.
Well, we're coming to the end of the visit period.
Mm-hmm.
How different has it felt for you this time around versus when you were the rest of the two?
Well, we've had a whole year to prepare for it, and can't say enough about Al and that crew and our coaching staff. I was visiting last night. I just got back after practice. I went down south and visited a couple guys. Went into a couple homes, and it's been good because I've been through the year now. When I first arrived here, I was like, Coach, you're going on the road. Where am I going? You're going here. I'm like, okay. But now, you know, you study the guys, you know the guys at the DNA, you know who they are. They've come on campus. I've met their parents. I'm going to homes now. We've got a couple home visits tonight. You know, I'm everywhere. I've been gone every night, seems like, whether it's in California. Got a couple visits tonight here locally with some local kids that we got a chance to get. And so I'm enjoying it. You know, I enjoy going in the living room and meeting the families. I really do. It's amazing when you go in a lot of these living rooms, more than the families show up. Meet a lot of people in the neighborhood for some reason. They kind of know I'm coming. Oh, we just dropped in. Okay. It's all good, though. I enjoy it. I really do. Have a fun time.
What's the thing about starting in February 4th? That's definitely very early.
A couple reasons. It'll help our development guys as far as the lifting and the running. We don't have to have a break in there. And also, and I hate to say it this way, it will allow us, if let's just say a player gets nicked up or hurt, he's got all that time to get ready for training camp, right? So, and I just think early is better. I just believe in, and what we're going to do, we structured it in a way where Fridays and Saturday nights, we're going to have practice. So parents, if they live in California, or coaches, or families that live here at night, they can actually come to practice. So if you're from California and your son's here, you can make it a weekend, you know. And for the high school coaches, they can come on Friday night or Saturday night. So we're trying to get everybody involved in this and give them an opportunity to look at our football team. So I think it's good for everybody. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays will be in the day, and on Fridays and Saturdays will be at night. So that's how we're going to do it.
What are some of the stops that you have planned for the Johnson?
Can't tell you. Secret. And I can't mention the places because then they'll say, well, yours, you know, it's not good. We're gonna get a hamburger somewhere. I can't mention the place, obviously. We're gonna get a milkshake somewhere. I can't mention that place. I'm really excited about the milkshake, to be quite honest. So
Do you think the mood has changed kind of and they're more excited about the
look, it's like anything. If you make it fun, and a lot of these guys have never done that, to be quite honest. I mean, so it'll be a nice trip. Senior, you know, the Pat Tillman Memorial Bridge we're going to cross. I think that's important. And so all these things will be part of it. And I just think when you do something like this, they're really excited about going now. You know, I've been talking it up for a week. So now they're ready. Oh, it's going to be fun. And I just think when you do something like this, it just brings your team closer together. And it's bonding, and it's a lot of fun. So it's not that far. The time we actually think about it, if we go through the security check, get on the bus, go to the airport, get off the bus, load the plane, well, And you say it's only an hour flight. Well, that's about 2 or 3 hours, right? Well, we drive, we're halfway there. And we can stop on our own and do some sightseeing, so it's going to be fun.
Coach, what's the difference between a bowl game and a regular season game?
Well, a couple things. When you're in a bowl game, it tells you a little bit about your season, what you kind of accomplished a little bit. Now, obviously, there's bigger bowls and other bowls. I get all that, but there's a criteria to get into a bowl game. It gives you extra time to practice, which is fun. You know, you still want to win, though. You want. That's always my emphasis. We got to find a way to win a bowl game. That's important to you. But I think the way the rules are now, and freshmen, they hit, or not even freshmen, you guys can play 4 games and still redshirt. It helps you because these are the games where you want to get some of these guys in. So then you get a feel of going into the spring, kind of what they look like in live competition. It's one thing when you're in spring ball. It's another thing when you're competing against another opponent, and this is a very good opponent. And so you're going to find out a lot about some guys.
Is there an issue with playing a game on the 15th and having signing day on the 19th and trying to pull all that together?
No, we're pretty well organized. Al has done a nice job of that. We'll be here. The coaches don't go on vacation until after the 19th, and they get a well-rested vacation. I'll be in the building if you guys need me. I don't go anywhere. My wife's trying to get me to go for Christmas, and I told her, yeah, I might go for Christmas. I'm going for Christmas, I'm saying that. But I'll be in the building, obviously, because I've got a lot of work to do in spring and trying to organize the practices and doing what I do. But I just think that, you know, it's one of those deals where we're prepared for it. It wasn't like last year. You know, you come in and you're hiring new coaches and you hire Al and he's running that department. We're all trying to figure out. We've been organized. We've been waiting for this day for a whole year because we've planned it out. You know, I think the one thing you guys know is I'm kind of one of those guys that's pretty organized. And so we're organized. We're set for it. We're ready for it. We're excited about it, actually.
The quarterback room is pretty unsettled for next season at this point. What's your concern level with that?
Well, you have 2 guys, Sterling, who has played some, and hopefully he's going to get some reps in his game as well. You got a young JC guy, hadn't played a whole lot. And then be a young group of guys coming in here. Interesting.
You're smiling a lot.
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah. If everything holds up, we're going to be excited about this class of players we're bringing in here. It'll be very exciting.
Have reservations. When you haven't shown your reservations about starting true freshmen at different spots, do you have your reservations about starting true freshmen?
Absolutely not. 0. Nada. Nope. Doesn't matter to me. I'll tell them like I tell the veteran guy. Here's my one bit of advice. Don't throw it to the other guy. You'll be fine. That's all you got to do. Just don't throw it to that guy.
What were your conversations like with your coordinators when you were willing to play such young players?
That's who we are. We're gonna build a football team, and that was our mindset. And I don't think anyone, you know, like college coaches are a little bit different. And some pro coaches, they're nervous about that stuff. They're like, I'm going to take talent over experience because I know in a month the talented guy, now he's got experience. He's going to be a better player. So that's what you got to do. You got to suffer through it all. Okay, Rashari. You're like, I kept after every game I'd hug him. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be fine. And then all of a sudden at the end, you end up being a pretty good player. Okay, and it's just Merle and all those guys. I did it in pro football. I did it in Kansas City and got fired. No, really, because we didn't have a quarterback. But I developed a bunch of young players, and a lot of those guys played in the league for 10 years. And a lot of them made Pro Bowl teams. But I didn't have a quarterback. And I knew that, you know what, this is what you got. You got to do what's right for the organization, for the team. And that's the right thing to do. And some coaches fear that. I don't. I just say it's good for football. And it's good for this foundation of what we're trying to build. And I will do that every time. A coach believed in me. His name was Dick Vermeil. And he said, hey, you're the right corner. And you don't come out until I tell you to come out. I didn't come out for 10 years. I lined up out there and played. And so I learned that from him. And I go, hey, you got to trust these guys. They're going to make some mistakes, but at the end they get better. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to improve the football team every year by the players we bring in here, and they're going to be very competitive, and they're going to have an opportunity. If they're the best player, they're going to play. Could be, but hopefully that's not the avenue we're traveling. I just think that if things hold up, we'll be excited about the guys we're bringing in here at all the positions, not just quarterback, at all the positions.
If you start February 4th, will you be done by the middle of March then?
Oh, we'll be done. 28th is the game.
20th February?
Pac-12 game. Done.
February 4th, February 28th.
We're going every week. We're going 4 days, 4 days, 4 days, 3. Out. See ya. It's been nice. Yeah, that's the way you got to do it. I just think you do it that way. It's you get them going. There's enough kids that'll be available for us that are freshmen that'll come in here in the spring. So we're good. I mean, that's just how it works, and I just think we're going to do it that way. We talked about it.
Then they're going to have a lot of time left in the semester and into the summer. Then they're going to kind of be on the road.
What? No. We still get time with them. Weight coach. There's a certain period of time the coaches can have them during the week. So that's when we're coaching football without a ball. They're in the classroom. Which is perfect. Which we didn't have that last year. Now we got a whole year to do this. I'm excited about this. This is going to really end up being pretty good for us if we do it correctly. And I think we're planned on doing it correctly. So it'll be fun.
Coach, I know this is water under the bridge, but was the McKeel area decision not to play most of that tough on you personally, being old school coach and guys played for the team?
No, not one bit. We had this discussion, McKeel and myself, months ago, where you're going to get to make a decision, and whatever decision you make, I'm backing 100%. And it wasn't hard for me. It was like, hey, okay, I get it. And maybe, if it's a different game, he might have a different opinion. But he has the right to do it. He's done enough to say, you get to pick. And I think he wants to come to the game. So it'll be nice if we see him there. I'll maybe put another number on him and get him in there. No, I ain't going to do that. Not going to do that. But
Is he going with the team?
No, because he can't go with the team. He has to go on his own now. He's been a marvelous player. And we've got a good relationship. Like I said, I had him when he was in high school. And so I was fortunate enough to get him before he left, and it's been a lot of fun coaching him. Excuse me?
Did you see McKeel in the curtain distraction this past?
Oh, was he there?
Yeah.
No, I was gone. I was down in the South. I was trying to recruit players. He went in the curtain, huh? Okay. He's got nothing else to do. He's bored. Poor guy. Yeah.
Sometimes the bowl performance is contingent on whether a team is excited to be here. Do you think your team is excited to be at this game?
I do, and I think for seniors especially. A lot of these guys that don't have the opportunity to play on, this is it. It's their last game they'll ever play, and that's emotional for some guys. And I think a lot of guys they don't understand that until it actually happens to them, and they go, "Ooh, this could be it for me. I might not be a pro football player." And most guys that play in these bowl games that are seniors are not going to play professional football. They have aspirations of doing that, but it's only going to be 2%. That number's never going to change.
What's the one thing you're the most excited for? Yeah,
Oh, the milkshake. Yeah, that's all I'm thinking about. I know exactly what kind I'm getting to. I'm not telling anybody. The players been asking. I said, you don't need to know. They get 3. They get strawberry, vanilla, or chocolate. No. I got a special one coming. They're going to want the one I have, but I'm not telling them yet. I'm just kind of waiting. It's just, come on. I could almost taste it. I said, the bus can't get there fast enough, right? It's going to be all good. I like doing stuff like this. I just think it's a lot of fun, when you get on the bus with the players. And the players are always nervous about the bus because I'm in the back seat. I ride, just like on the airplane, I ride on the last seat in the airplane, all right? And when we go on buses doing something like this, I'm always in the last row of the back seat. So they're always wondering, what bus is Coach getting on? So it's almost like I tell them, you can have fun. I'm just sitting in the back. Don't worry about me. And so this is going to be a lot of fun. They might have a bet going on what bus is Coach getting on. Is he getting on 2, 3? I never get on bus 1. They know that. And so they're trying to figure that out.
Every head coach sits in the first seat of the bus. Every head coach.
No, I don't do that. I sit in the last seat on the bus and the last seat on the airplane. Yeah. I've always done that. Even as a head coach, a professional coach, I sit in the last seat. Never rode first class with a football team. Won't do it. It's not about me. It's about the players. Yeah. I don't do that. You can ask them. I rode in the back of the plane. Yeah. And then the first time I got on the plane, the steward said, "Coach, you know?" No, that's where I sit. I sit here. I was in pro football. The lady actually said, "Coach, why are you going back there?" That's where I was at. I never rode in first class with a football team. Won't do it. Well, Coach Likens obviously running an offense. There's a lot of pressure on him, and the fact that he had some established players over there, and then had to really massage it to Manny, because we wanted to keep that intact, and done a marvelous job. He really has, and really, my input was very simple. It was after the San Diego State game, I said, look, we got to be more efficient running the football. And Coach got it. And they went on. Danny brings in a new defense, changes the whole structure of everything. And a lot of these players never played in that defense, was willing to start a lot of young players. And they've done a nice job there as well. So, having veteran coaches that have been coordinators helps you as a head coach, because, like I said, my job is a service position. I serve them. They don't serve me. And the only way you can serve them is gather information. And there's always these truthful conversations of, okay, this is what I want. How does that work? How does that not get you out of whack? Because I don't want guys to feel like, oh, look, I'm giving you the car, you drive it. I'm going to have input, a lot, okay? But it's your car. And so I think them learning who their head coach was very important, because the coordinator's always like, what is the head coach thinking? And so the meetings we've had, when I walk in there and I talk to them, they're very comfortable, I think, with me now. And I'm very comfortable with them, and I can trust them, And then they're diligent workers, boy. I mean, they work hard, and they're good teachers. They're fundamentally good teachers, and that's what you have to do, and that's big with me. If you can't teach them on the grass, then you're gonna have a problem with me. You have to be able to teach fundamentals and techniques that when that player lines up, and that's every coach we have, he's got to be sound at what we're asking him to do. That's how you help the player. And so they've all bought into that. It's like anything. I'm coming from the pro world, and everything was like, Coach, this is new. This is like how you're trying to practice. And I said, oh, just bear with me, guys. Just trust me. We're going to be okay. And to their credit, they bought in, and I'm glad they're both here.
What's the relationship been like with Coach Gonzalez?
Very good. Danny has he has that personality I like. He's very, very detailed. He's got a lot of energy. I like coaches with energy for some reason. I don't know. Maybe because I don't have enough. But I just think we all play off each other, and I like their energy. I like their passion of the game of football. It helps you as a head coach, because you can't be everywhere. It's impossible. And you got to trust the guys that you hired. And I think they know that I trust them. Do I have suggestions? Yeah. And I tell them every once in a while, when I tell them something, I said, it's not a suggestion. And they go, got it, Coach. Then we move on. And that's kind of the conversation, but they're great to work with.
What was the conversation like with Coach Likens when you said, hey, we're going to put this power running game? What did he say?
He said, Coach, I was at, what school he was at? He was at some little school where they led the nation. They ran the option or something, right? He said, Coach, I've run the ball before. I said, that's good. So we're going to run some more now. But he understood it. He knew why. Because there was a couple reasons for it. I thought it would help settle us down. It would protect our defense early. because our defense was young, you know, it was a brand new defense, and I said, look, we got to take time off this clock. I mean, we got to run the ball just to keep our defense off the field. And it became all of a sudden, Eno shows up. And then all of a sudden you're excited about running the ball with that guy. And I think it helped our offensive line because we had some parts moving there. So it all worked out for the benefit of the team.
One more, Jeff. We got to go.
You just passed your 1 year hiring.
It's 1 year already, huh?
Anniversary.
Wow.
How satisfied are you with where things are overall 1 year?
Well, I think what has happened is everyone has kind of understood the direction we're going in. You know, when you start off, there's so many different moving parts, and everyone wants to know, is Coach going to be consistent in where he's trying to go? And I think I've been honest and consistent with him. I don't waste a lot of time anymore because I know they know what I think. I don't have to explain things anymore. Before I had to explain practice, and we're going to do it this way. I go, Coach, you can't do it that way. Oh, yeah, we can do it that way. And it took them a while to buy in, you know, and now they're in. Everybody's in. The players are in, the coaches are in, and say, okay, Coach, we got you. So that's the fun of it. You know, before it just was draining. I mean, it was like, they don't understand this, and I know why, and I got to explain it. I don't have to do that anymore, which is good.
Rob's next.